Hi everyone. So I thought I would make a quick video on 10 things that I've changed in my diet from an unhealthy diet to a more healthy diet, and things that you could also change and you won't notice much of a difference. So I sat down and made a list of 10 things that I've changed in my diet to make it more healthy, and I thought I'd share that with you. Number one, instead of using mayonnaise in any of my recipes or sandwiches, I exchanged that out for avocado. Avocado is like mayonnaise in a way where they have the same consistency, their texture is the same, the color is not the same, but the consistency and taste is similar. Avocados are pretty much tasteless. They have a slight taste to them. And mayonnaise also has a slight taste to them. Now you could also make your own homemade mayonnaise and make it more healthier than the store-bought. Mayo is basically just an egg, oil, an acid that you would add to it, and salt and pepper. So if you change that up and substituted a healthy oil with the egg, then you can make it a more healthier mayo instead of buying the store-bought ones that have all kinds of ingredients that you don't need and are unhealthy for you. So switching your mayo out for avocado, which avocado is a healthy fat. So try to get more avocados in your diet. Another thing I've changed is ice cream. Ice cream from the store is filled with sugar and heavy fats, using heavy whipping cream and artificial flavorings and just all kinds of ingredients that are no good for you. Instead of that, freezing a banana and food processing it, adding a little bit of liquid and flavorings to that makes a wonderful ice cream. I did make a few videos on making homemade ice cream with bananas if you want to check those out. The next change I've made is knocking out butter. And of course, no margarine. Margarine is a horrible, horrible substitute for butter. Margarine is one stage away from being plastic. Margarine is so bad for you. If you left it out in your garage or outside in the shade somewhere, not even an insect or animal would even touch it. That's how bad margarine is for you. It is no good. Take it out, throw it in the garbage. Even butter, full fat butter, is better for you than margarine. Now, instead of me using margarine or butter in any of my recipes, I substitute it with coconut oil. Coconut oil is very healthy for you, and it should be included in your diet every day. Now, if you are going to use butter, always purchase an unsalted butter. Next is salt. Salt. Your sea salts, your iodized table salts that you buy, if they're white, like that pure white, you know they've been processed. They process it and they take all the trace minerals out. And then they try to add stuff back in. So clean out your cupboards, get rid of the sea salt, the kosher salt, the table salt, that's all white, and you know it's been processed, and then they add in iodine to some of them. Replace those with Himalayan pink salt or Celtic salt, which still have the trace minerals in them, and it's very healthy, and it also reacts differently to your body. So I will go ahead and put a link to an article that will help you with that if you want to know more about salt. Dairy products, meaning milk. Replacing milk has helped me a lot. I I replace them with almond milk. Now, I've been making my own almond milk now. I also buy the Silk brand. It's unflavored. It's got, I believe it's got like 30 or 35 calories per serving, which I enjoy. I also like the one in the box that's a little bit thicker for certain things that I'm making. But you can't beat making it yourself. Making it yourself gives it a different taste. So I like all three tastes, so I probably will continue buying here and there, but I also enjoy making the almond milk. Plus, you get that almond pulp that's left over after making almond milk, and you can make all kinds of things with that. So, coconut milk. Coconut milk. I also replaced milk with coconut milk. I enjoy the coconut milk flavor. It doesn't taste like coconut. So for those of you that think, oh, I hate coconut, it doesn't really taste like coconut. It tastes like a watered down milk, so kind of like a skim milk. If you're already using skim milk in your daily diet, you won't notice much of a difference. I also buy the unflavored in that also. Both those milk come in different flavors. We tried the chocolate, and the chocolate, we didn't really like the chocolate, but they also have vanilla. It was too sweet for me. So if you like the sweetness of that you find in milk, in regular dairy milk, you might like the one that has the vanilla flavoring. We go for the unflavored just because when you're putting it in your cereals or using it in your baking or any dishes that call for milk, it doesn't have that added flavor to it. Now, if you like using milk or creamers in your coffees, I'd go for the coconut milk, the coconut milk creamers, which I've heard, I have not tried them, but I've heard that those are really good. So another thing is that I wrote down was pretty much going back to basics. And I think of peanut butter at this when I think of that. Peanut butter. What is peanut butter? It's ground peanuts. So when you think of buying peanut butter, you want ground peanuts. But when you look in the ingredients that they're putting in the peanut butter, there's barely even any peanuts in it anymore. It's packed with all kinds of stuff that you don't need in your diet. And our bodies are having a hard time digesting those things. So in my diet, I replace those with a peanut butter that the ingredients say peanuts. And I haven't found one that's just peanuts. It does have a hint of salt in it, but that's okay with me. It's better than all those hydrogenated and artificial flavors that they've added. Also, flours, sugars, same as the salt. They're taking the flour and sugar and salt, and they're stripping it of all the nutrients and minerals that it has, and they're replacing it. So flour and sugar, they're taking, for example, they take 25 minerals and nutrients out of these items, and then they replace them with maybe five different vitamins, and those are artificial. They're not what originally was in them in the first place. So going whole grain, making sure that they're grain, even sprouted is even better. The sugar, replace those with good sugars. You got stevia, you got coconut sugar, you got nectars. There's dates. You can replace sugar with dates. Maple syrup. I think even Truvia. These sugar replacements our bodies can digest, and instead of them rejecting the sugars we're putting in our bodies. If you just love cane sugar or beet sugar, that's fine. Get the raw cane sugar and beet sugar before they process it and do all this stuff to it. That way your body will be able to digest it, and you won't be packing on weight. And the flours The flours are the same. Our body can't digest them. The only thing these foods are doing is harm to our bodies. So I've been going back, trying to, as much as I can, go back to the basics. So if there's an option of less processing to all kinds of processing and then they put junk in it, I'm going with the less processing. It's fresher and better for you because the shelf life isn't that long. That's why they're doing all these things to our food, because they're prolonging the shelf life and taking out everything that would make it spoil faster. So keep that in mind. So I've been keeping that in mind when I'm purchasing stuff. I also added the three most used things in my kitchen right now are my food processor, because I've been making lots and lots of raw foods, and my blender, smoothies and different kinds of things, and my dehydrator. My dehydrator is full almost all the time. So fruits are my favorite. At night when I get hungry and I want to snack on something, dehydrated fruit that has been dehydrated at 105 degrees still has the live enzymes in them. So they're actually, all the nutrients and everything is still in them, and it's a healthy snack. And they're so good. Pineapples, apples, peaches, plums. Oh my goodness, they're so good. I even like onions. Dehydrated onions that are still warm coming out of the dehydrator kind of remind me of a onion ring, or when I'm eating it, I think of Funyuns, even though they don't taste like a Funyun, but I think it does. As long as it's a mental thing, so I make myself think it's a Funyun. But they're delicious and I love them. Bananas, grapes in there come out to the most delicious, plump raisins. Just so yummy. Another thing I've changed, I drink a lot of water. I cut out any soda or fruit drinks or anything like that. I drink lots and lots of water, and I've been adding lemon, fresh squeezed lemon to each water daily. And that is something you could think about also. And I wrote down whole wheat and gluten-free. When I'm looking for any bread products, any flour-based products, I try to tend to look for gluten-free first. Gluten is something, the last time I looked, I think it was 1 in every 3 people have an intolerance to. And it's just because of all the processing and the body is not being able to digest it, so it's rejecting it, and a lot of problems are coming because of that. So I look for gluten-free products first. They have pastas that are gluten-free. Some of them are not too good, but some of them are really good, and you can't tell the difference. Some of the breads are really good. Bagels, English muffins, they have the gluten-free ones that are really good. Or you could buy 100% whole grain. And you really got to look at those, because they say it's 100% whole grain, but if you look at the ingredients, it has some whole grain in it, and then it's got all the bad stuff still in it that your body's going to reject. So it's not doing your body any good to use it. But if that's all you have, then that's all you have. If it's sprouted grains that they have, I know there's Ezekiel brand that has sprouted grains. I don't know if I got to look at all the ingredients on it, but it said sprouted grains, and I'd like to try it. I got to look at the ingredients. And the last thing that I have written down is oils. Replacing oils in your cabinet. I've been buying cold pressed oils, and I've been keeping them in the refrigerator for longer storage, so they keep longer. Some that I wrote down, of course, coconut oil. Try to use coconut oil in everything if you can. Olive oil, grapeseed oil. Those are oils that are healthy oils. You could use hemp and flaxseed oil in some of your raw food that you make, drizzle on some salads, stuff like that. Add those extra vitamins in there. Coconut oil is great high heat oil. Remember to look for cold pressed and raw on that. There's some good brands out there. Coconut products out there have a hint of coconut flavor, if that. Most of them don't even taste like coconut. I have a coconut nectar that tastes just like pancake syrup. No coconut taste at all, just total pancake syrup. It is delicious. I also have a coconut vinegar that doesn't taste like coconut. All my coconut sugars don't taste like coconut either. They taste like brown sugar. Those are some things I replaced in my kitchen so far and in my diet. If you have any questions, or if I've said something that wasn't correct, put a comment below so I know. Everything that I've replaced in my diet, I'm trying to change to a healthy lifestyle instead of an unhealthy one. If something I said was wrong and I have wrong information and I'm eating something that I shouldn't be, please comment below and let me know. But from all the research that I've done so far and the way I feel now that I'm eating this way, I think that I'm doing pretty good, and any culinary knowledge I have on other things seem to help out in that area too. If you need help making anything, or if you want to see me do a recipe, please comment below on that too. And if you need help finding any of this stuff, just comment below also, and I will help you out with that. And as always, have a great day.